All right, what's up YouTube? Daniel here for another video for the channel. So obviously you can see I'm walking. Just want to make a quick video for you guys. Kind of a thought I had on my mind. Essentially, I came across somebody, you could say a mentor, and he basically established something that I never really thought about. This can apply for yourself, obviously, but people maybe you're trying to help. So essentially, it's the willingness to learn and the willingness to change. So these are two things that a lot of people don't know that apply when you're trying to make a change in your life. People just think it's the willingness to learn and do something, but actually it's the willingness to change what you're doing currently, which is the reason why you're not somewhere. So you can think of it like an axis, 100% is obviously the goal. That's how you'll get to where you want to go. But, there's an axis of willingness to learn. That's usually the highest one. It's usually about 5 or 6. Obviously you want to get it to 10. So 10 times 10 is 100. And that's usually the goal. But I mean, most people have it at, pretty high, 7, 6. And the biggest problem usually is the willingness to change. So like I said, it's like an axis. Willingness to change is usually very low. It's like a 3 or 4. And that's basically that axis we have to fix in order to get to 10, in order to get to end result. So I mean, when you are looking to do something, even like you can self-evaluate and do this, essentially you have to realize that, most people will have that willingness to, accept information, read books about it, kind of like get the steps. Most people ask for the steps to do something. Even yourself, you'd be like, oh yes, give me more information. I can kind of figure it out. But basically, when you come down to it, people will tell you the steps you need to take, like, physical actions, habits, or just tasks to do daily to get you somewhere. And that's usually where most people will stop and cut the ability to get somewhere, right? So what we have to do with that is basically establish that this happens for everybody, right? It's a pain and pleasure principle. It's very easy to just kind of get information, read a book. That's very easy to do. The biggest pain is changing something you've been doing for a while that's become a habit. And you have to do this through basically applying this pain and pleasure principle. You could do it for yourself, you could do it for someone, and then maybe you're trying to coach. Like for me, for instance, I'm trying to help people with fitness habits. And the biggest thing is basically questioning what happens if they keep doing what they're doing. Like I said, the biggest obstacle they're facing is, for instance, you want to help someone get fit. They're, overweight, maybe they're eating really badly, they're not exercising, they're sedentary, and the lifestyle is kind of just sitting around. And also, they don't have the biggest confidence, right? They're not, that confident. So, when you start with people like that, it's usually their diet. Like I said, 8% of fitness is diet, what you're eating every day and what's going into your body. So you tell them right away. It's like, hey, listen, the reason you're not, in shape is because your diet. You're eating fucking chips, you're eating pop, you're not going to sleep on time, you're maybe going to sleep with a full stomach, you're not working out. But usually you can fix a lot of people with weight problems with just the food. So I mean, you could tell a person, hey, this is what we have to do. And like I said, that's where the willingness to change comes in. People will come to you all the time and hey, help me get fit, help me do this, help me do this. That's the willingness to learn. That's the easy part. The hard part is the willingness to change, and that's also a factor that you need to put into play. So you have to change this with a person, right? Like every person will come to you, get so many people that are interested, but once you get to that step, that's the most important one. So you can ask them questions that okay, if you don't change this, let's say stop drinking pop or stop drinking alcohol, for instance, which is going to help you with fitness, obviously, because you're not intoxicating yourself, which helps with, just overall health, right? So, I mean, you have to really just establish, okay, you don't want to do this, right? This is your mental obstacle that, you can change. And you have to ask them, okay, if you keep doing this, what is going to happen if you keep doing this? If you continue doing this for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, basically really make them feel the pain of continuing that action that's holding them back from where they want to be. And that will try to, start to create a pain or something to move away from, as opposed to a pleasure because there's obviously a pleasure there of them keeping, doing it consistently. So I mean, you have to create the opposite, and that will help to get them, out of that habit they have. And this obviously goes for people that, have issues with drugs, stuff like that. But I mean, just for general knowledge, this is usually the reason why people don't do something, right? So you have to get that axis to 10 and willingness to learn to 10, but that's the easiest part. So essentially what I want to get to is that everyone has this dilemma. Like I said, it's willingness to learn, willingness to change. And as soon as both of those are at 10, you have 100% likelihood to get your achievement. And obviously you have to max both of those out. So I hope that helps. If you have, like I said, any understanding with how it works, like I said, it's just you can apply it to yourself in any area. Let's say right now you're trying to get fit. How willing are you to change your current diet? Or your, you know, what you're doing in terms of like sleep. Also maybe have a habit of like drinking or doing drugs or going out and partying. Like those things are not going to help you get to your end results, especially if you're trying to like make it sustainable. So I hope you like the video. More coming out. Obviously right now I'm touching on mindset, but things like, you know, training, health, relationships, anything that, you know, touches my mind, I'll put on the channel. So like, subscribe if you like it. More coming, of course. And yeah.